Hey there, welcome back to the Filthy Rich Writer YouTube channel. Now today, you are going to get a special sneak peek into how we coach our students in the Comprehensive Copywriting Academy. What's coming up, is one of our laser coaching sessions, which are 10-minute sessions designed to answer really any questions that students bring to us. Now you might hear some CCA related terms, things like Pitchapalooza, which is a student-only event, but head down to the description below if you need a little bit more context. Now, our students are all in different states of learning copywriting and starting their careers and building their careers and all that kind of thing. And also, some of them want to be freelance, some of them want to be part-time, some of them want to be on staff. So you are going to hear a variety of different questions related to copywriting, business, all kinds of stuff. But I guarantee it's all going to be pretty helpful. So if you want to check out any other topics we cover, make sure you subscribe to the Laser Coaching playlist. Exciting, right? Now, even though you are not the one in the hot seat, I'm positive you will still learn a lot. So without further ado, let's get to it. Debbie, what can we help you with?
Well, okay, I'm a salesperson at heart, been there forever. I have a sheet of Teflon like this. People tell me no all the time. For some reason, I just can't get through on any of my pitches. The only jobs I've gotten have been with people that I used to work for, which is okay.
Very good. Yeah.
Product descriptions. I would love to write Airbnb, condo. I live in a resort community by Breckenridge in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to write, Airbnb descriptions. I don't know how to break into that,
Yeah.
So I have two things. My first, and I can share my screen.
Mm-hmm. Actually, let me make you a co-host. Okay, go for it.
So let's see. Hold on. I got to put up. This is my first pitch. Do you guys can see it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, hold on. Share. All right, there we go. You got it now?
Yes.
So this is just to a local coffee shop.
Okay.
Awesome. That I'm not super sure that I would have ever gotten anything back from them. I just want to know if I'm on point with somebody that I subscribe to, on their mailing list, and about the welcome email.
Okay.
So that's that one.
Okay. So subject line is, I'm a copywriter who loves coffee. Duh. So I will say there's fun personality to it.
I like the personality, yeah.
But in terms of getting me to open it,
yeah.
Your subject line's got to go one of two ways. It either has to give me a reason to open it, or it has to intrigue me enough to open it.
Okay.
And yours does get the personality across, which I like.
Right.
But it doesn't really give me either. In fact, with the curiosity, we kind of like ended it. Like you have no reason to be curious here. So I would definitely play with that. The thing is when you are not getting responses to your pitches, you want to look at two places, right? The subject line and the body of the email. Because if the subject line isn't even getting, you could be writing the best body, the best email pitches, but if they're not getting opened, then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So you definitely want to play with those two angles.
Okay.
My next question for you is, did you address it to someone?
No, because they just changed ownership and I didn't know the new owners. So there's that.
Okay.
You can, and sometimes you can find it through research. Google is fantastic. LinkedIn's been, but you know what? Worst case scenario, if you really can't find it, pick up the phone and you'll get some barista and say, hey, what's the new owner's name? Or hey, or I heard you guys changed ownership. Who's the new owner? And and they'll give it to you. So at least then you have, because if people open an email and they see their name, they're going to be so much more likely to, and it's going to feel less like a pitch. And we'll see as we get through this. Well,
they'll know who to give it to if for whatever reason it's whatever email address. She's writing to Kevin or whoever.
Right.
That's true.
And you can always ask too, if you go there to grab your cup of coffee, oh, hey, by the way, I heard this happened.
Right.
If it feels less intimidating and more natural than a phone call.
Exactly.
Picking up coffee. Yeah.
So if you don't know who the owner is, how did you send this email?
Through their website. through I found the email through Facebook.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it's probably an old email that doesn't go through.
That's the other question. Yeah.
Could be.
That could
be it could be an email that they check once a month because nobody ever emails them. But to Kate's point, you know, the putting a name on it, even if it's checked once a month, still, if there's a name on it, it'll get to the right person. Okay. So as a fellow coffee lover and Summit Cove local, I've noticed how your menu has been changing and evolving these past few months. I love the addition of the croissant breakfast sandwiches and think it is so awesome how you source so many things locally. Love that.
Great intro.
I just signed up to be in your email list from the online ordering site and noticed an opportunity for more engagement with your customers. Welcome emails are a fantastic way to stay engaged with your customers, keep them informed on what's new with your menu, and let them know that the Pour House is the premier coffee house in the Keystone area. As a coffee-loving, croissant-eating copywriter, I can help. If there's something you're interested in pursuing, do you have time to talk on the phone this week? I would love to tell you about some of the ideas I have to increase your reach. Okay, so
solid pitch.
So then here's my follow-up.
Let's go. Can we just go back to the pitch first? There are a couple little things that I would just be aware of when you are emailing a local business. When you're using terms like engagement, you might be going over their head. Whereas, you know, a more, even something like an opportunity to connect with your customers. But terms like engagement, that doesn't necessarily mean something to them. But when you can say like, bring more people in the door, get more people buying, you know,
keep
adding
those croissants
sandwiches
in front of their eyes so that makes them want to come in, you know,
Exactly.
think about why you love to see other brands that you love and why you follow them. I think often of, you know, a lot of the local restaurants in our area, anytime I see our local cider shop, I'm like, oh yeah, like let's go pick up some cider this weekend, you know? So
how do you handle it with people that don't have, you know, email signups or, you know, like, hey, they've got a okay website or not super great, but then what do you pitch them? How do you pitch them on, hey, I think you should have an email sign up and start collecting these emails?
That's why it's good to have a network of people, because you want to be able to, if they're like, we don't know what email is, you want to be able to say, well, actually I have a marketing tech guy that can set it up for you pretty easily. Because as a copywriter, you do not have to offer that service. But having, you know, being able to say, oh yeah, I have someone that I can recommend is great. Before we move on to the welcome emails are a fantastic way to stay engaged with your customers, keep them informed on what's new with your menu, and let them know that the Pour House is the premier coffee house in the Keystone area. What's missing is that end benefit. Because if I'm a coffee house owner, yes, do I want to be the premier coffee house? But what does that actually mean? What I really want is I want to make sure that I'm selling those coffees and selling those croissants and getting people to
coming back.
To come back, I become their new favorite coffee house. They tell their friends, I'm the one that they go to and I'm making money. You want to really make it clear to them that it's not just, you know, it's not a branding thing. Like, oh, and I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but the perception can be, you know, like, oh, we're going to make it pretty. But you're saying like, look, this is a relatively small change that can have a big impact on your business, on the number of people that are coming in the door every single day. And again, don't use those words exactly, but really make it clear for them exactly what that end benefit is.
Especially, you know, you have a great voice when you're writing casually and trying to inject your personality. So go for it in these places, especially. You want to start a conversation. And I think a lot of times we want to come off as that copywriting marketing expert, and you can still do that even if you're using words and, you know, phrases that they're going to understand and resonate with them. We don't have to use the, you know, marketing terminology that we know, but they might not know.
Well, that's the thing. Your pitch email it's a copy piece for yourself, right? So you need to make sure that you're using terms that are going to resonate with your target audience and words and messaging that's going to really make them go, oh yeah, okay. Oh yes, I see. I want to get in touch with her. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if we have, you know, a couple secs, this is the
absolutely.
President's Weekend is huge up here, super busy. And so this is what I wrote after as a follow-up to President's Weekend.
Okay. Subject line, few, what a week. Same
Right,
kind
I
of
need to
note with
work
that.
on
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing with follow-up emails, I wouldn't even bother writing a new
Yeah.
subject line.
Reply to
Just
your
do
last one.
reply all to your
Yeah.
last one, because that RE makes it stand out in their inbox.
Mhm.
I mean, when you see an RE, don't you notice it a lot more?
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
the implication is that it was a previous conversation.
Mhm.
And so you're going to notice it a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, so congratulations, your email list is growing and you have your customers' attention. They've tuned out everything on the internet and focused on your business and trust you enough to welcome you into their inbox. That's huge. That is why a welcome email is one of the most critical pieces of marketing that you will create, and it's hard to do. As a copywriter, I can help you create the perfect welcome email and sequence that will keep your subscribers hooked on your brand. Remember, they are already interested, so let's give them a little nudge and keep that coffee flowing. I'd love to talk in person. Let me know if you're up for a quick 15-minute conversation, kindly. P.S. What a week we've had with Visitors in Snow. It certainly has been busy. I hope that your business is thriving. I love that P.S., by the way.
Too, yeah.
But I have to say, this comes across as a lot more, this is the saleswoman in you.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
that's not necessarily, it's not always going to be a bad thing, but in these initial, you haven't even talked to this person yet.
Right.
In these initial, you're still showing up in their inbox, and you don't want to show up as the salesperson. That
Yeah.
salesperson is going to come out when you're on that discovery call, and when
Yeah.
you're like, okay, and here's what we can do, blah, blah, blah. But
Mhm.
you can make these so much more simple, so much simpler.
Okay.
Exactly. Just
Okay.
give them a reason to open the email. So you sent a gift with the first one, which was the idea.
Mhm.
And what we recommend, you don't necessarily have to do it this way, but we recommend sending along another resource saying, hey, just wanted to follow up, get back at the top of your inbox. Also wanted to send this along because I saw this article,
Right.
podcast, blah, 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 that I thought would be really interesting for you. Because
Okay.
there, first of all, it's not, you didn't reply to my email, which I'm not saying that's what you're saying here by any means, but it's not you didn't reply to my email, which is what so many follow-ups are. And then it's just like stressful.
Yeah.
It's hey, just wanted to pop back up to the top. Oh, and by the way, here's another little resource, which by the way, also shows that you are up on the industry, up on marketing, up on, you're aware of what would be helpful for them. You are demonstrating your expertise, and you're also making it so you're showing in another way how easy you are to work with.
Mhm.
Like,
and that you care, that you're excited.
and that you care. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. This you can get into that persuasion and that selling once you've talked to them. But until you've actually connected with them, you want to keep it as light as possible. As like, make it so easy for them to say yes. Make it so easy for them to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get on a call with her. Cause you want it, because every other pitch that's like, let's get in touch for blah, 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 and I want to go through how I can blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't want to get on that call because then it just feels like more work. You want it to feel like so easy to book a call with you and to chat with you. I've got ideas. It's going to be super. You want to take all of the pressure off. Anything that feels even remotely like sales, really. And while sales is great, and definitely stick with the not afraid of being told no, because that's obviously going to help you as you continue to send your pitches. But for these, before you talk to them, no sales at all.
Yeah.
Very, very light, very easy.
Yeah.
You're showing up with a gift, to use Kate's metaphor, which I really love. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
You are very welcome. Does all that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
Good. Okay. Well,
keep us posted, please.
I was just going to say, be sure to post in the group and let us know.
Now.
Yeah.
We were before, and now we're like,
yes. Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and here's the thing too, is, if you have sent these out to this coffee shop and you want to work with them and you haven't heard back, like, when did you, all right. So maybe give it another month. Since it looks like you sent early February, but
just last week.
Give it a try. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Okay. It was last week. So maybe give it a little bit more time, but give it another shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can always see if there's a different email too. Like, hey, I heard that so-and-so's
Yeah.
the new owner. What do
Since
you
then, I
know his
found
email?
out
Yeah.
that a bakery has bought them across town. So
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
like
Reach
the
out to
bakery,
them.
'cause who
And
knows if they switched the email from, you know, if the owners transferred
Right.
that password and information.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, it's very
might be an
true.
easy recycle. Yeah.
Yay! Thank you.
You're very
Absolutely.
welcome. Good work.
Keep plugging along. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Bye, Debbie.
Talk to you later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you don't miss any tips, tools, or tactics for copywriters by clicking subscribe right now. And of course, you can always find us over at filthyricwriter.com. We'll see you next time.